Hello and good morning again, lovely folks. Welcome back to the new sewing room, which I still just love so much. It makes me so happy every time I walk in here. It's so pretty. I had every intention of this video being a sewing video. I got my supplies all ready to go. I've got plans in place, but turns out my brain had other plans. You may remember from my last video that I've kind of had like D&D on the mind lately. One day I woke up and thought to myself, if Bernadette Banner were a D&D character, she'd be a wizard. And kind of like an earworm, a little hint of a song that just will not leave your head, that thought has plagued me for the last couple weeks, and the closest thing I can do to playing that song on repeat for like 3 hours to help get it out of my head, I think is to just plow forward and think about what classes all the rest of my friends would be. D&D, or Dungeons & Dragons, is basically a fantasy-themed board game but with more books. Usually, instead of just picking your character though, you make them. You decide what your character looks like, what they're skilled at, what kind of background they have, and so much more. While normally each individual person makes up their own character, I thought it'd be fun to try it for the group. Now, while I could just simply decide what I think each person would be based off of, my past experience with them, I do love a good quiz. So I decided to put together some fun questions and make my way down to New York and visit a few folks. So when I got down there, I asked everyone the following series of questions. First, you wake up in a fantasy world. Where are you?
Well, seeing as how I've been binging the Court of Thorns and Roses series, I guess I'm in Prithia.
Narnia.
Lord of the Rings, I'm a hobbit.
Lord of the Rings, Rivendell. Hogwarts, Hogsmeade.
Hogwarts. 100%.
You realize that there's something really strange in your house. What is it?
A cat.
A mysterious scroll.
It's a goblin named Nicole. Inside joke.
Probably, lately, Tsubasa.
A giraffe.
Nothing strange anymore.
You've been volunteered for the Hunger Games. The opening bell rings. What do you go grab from the cornucopia?
A halberd. You need a ranged weapon, or like a long poke weapon, so you don't have to get anywhere near your enemy.
I don't think I'd make it that far. A sword.
I don't. I run away.
My brain went from arrows to a machete to an axe.
I'm going for the bow and arrows. I'm hiding in trees. I don't want to do that. I'm out.
You're out and about one day and you see something that you just simply have to stop and take a picture of. What is it?
I keep thinking plants, but there's so many pretty plants that I can't think of a specific one. I'm just thinking fall vibes plants.
Something sparkly. No, I changed my answer. Dog.
Gothic architecture.
It's probably a flower.
Dragon.
Probably artwork.
Now let's say that you want a picture of you and it together, but you don't have your big fancy camera and tripod and such. What do you do?
Well, I have my phone.
Selfies.
Put it on selfie mode. And I go.
Probably selfie. I don't trust other people with my phone. Get a drone.
I put it on a self-timer on a tree.
Now you keep on walking and you realize that there's something going on over there, something really cool. There's a crowd of people. It's clearly fascinating, but there's too many people to actually see what's going on in the middle. What do you do?
I am short, so I've gotten used to using my phone or camera or other apparatus to reach way above my head and try and get video or picture from up there.
I'll go around the perimeter to kind of check it out and not go in right away. And then if it's something that I think I can be kind of watch, then I'll kind of scoot in closer.
I keep on walking.
I sprint over, and then I use my elbows, and eventually we'll be at the front.
I use my drone.
Your established drone.
Yeah.
Run and plow through them, like Gimli running through the enemies on the bridge, just knocking them out the way.
Aspirationally, what would you like to be your biggest strength?
Physical strength or moral strength? I guess honor and trustworthiness.
My ability to inspire people.
Intelligence. Knowing all the stuff.
Wisdom.
My financial competence.
Now let's say that it's 5 years in the future and you are working on your biggest project to date. It's the most effort you've put into something. What is it?
Something like the dictionary or an encyclopedia, like a big collection of knowledge.
I know, but it's probably not going to turn out.
I don't know that I could focus on anything for that long.
Building a house.
God, probably writing a book on shoes.
It'd be more with a home renovation thing, I think.
In addition to that great masterwork, you've also been practicing something. What is it?
I would be back into Indian traditional dance.
Filming and editing. Artistically, I would love to be practicing my drawing and piano, but realistically, it'd be filming and editing.
Editing? But like getting better at editing?
A language, probably German.
Woodworking.
You're in your fantasy house and natural disaster is coming. You can see your house is about to go, so you run in and grab two things. What are they?
Am I a YouTuber in Fantasyland? Because then I need my laptop. Or like my giant book of spells, but I guess my laptop is my giant book of spells. My laptop / giant book of spells and Cesario.
My cat and my potion kit.
My dogs.
2 dogs.
Well, I can't leave one of them behind. Were you a monster?
My fantasy bullet journals.
My laptop. My dog will follow me. So the teddy bear that I was given when I was -6 months old, her name is Cookie.
Okay, Griffey will follow me because he's Griffey. So I will grab Tsubasa, and then I'm gonna grab this binder of actually my grandfather's POW like history, because it's all in the family binder.
And last one, someone approaches you looking at you suspiciously and says, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Well, today was filming.
Literally nothing.
Dancing.
Just dancing.
Yeah, dancing in the middle of the street.
He sounds mean. I'm probably just standing around doing nothing. Or if Oblivion has taught me anything, shoplifting.
Probably shopping a lot.
Taking a selfie. Okay, with a flower. With a flower.
I feel like I got a lot of fun answers that will definitely give me some interesting material to think about when making the characters. But before I do that, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the outfits that I wore in New York, thanks to the very lovely sponsor of today's video, ThredUp. So a quick bit of backstory. I got this dress. You've seen me wear it in a ton of videos. I love the like fit and flare look of it. I got it in a thrift store many years ago and I love it so much. But the one kind of downside of thrift shopping I found is when you find something super great, usually that's it. You know, it's stuff that's not being made anymore. You can't just go to a different store and like pick up more of them. I realized about a month ago that I can just look at the brand name and go on ThredUp and find more, and I did. I found several more. I now have this dress in several colors. I got a lovely periwinkle blue one, a red one, I'm really excited about this one. I got a gray, very nice, and a black. I got a few new linen shirts, which is another thing that actually I really love about ThredUp, is that you can search for fiber content when searching for different items. So when you go to a thrift store, usually you kind of have to luck out and see what you get. But because you can search by fiber, I'm able to just get several linen shirts to wear with my dresses now. So the dresses are all by Calvin Klein and I got them for a few different prices. I think the lowest was $18 and the highest was like $30, $32. The estimated retail price on all of them was $139, which that makes me feel very good about getting them for about, $20, $30 each. And then the linen shirt, this one with the cute little hanging sleeves, is by Zara Basic. It had an estimated retail of $48 and I got it for, I think, $15.99. Lastly, I got this super cute belt with all the little holes. I love these because they're like any size you want. Very handy. This, I believe, is from J. Crew. It had an original estimated price of $40, but I got it for $9.99, and I actually think this is going to come very in handy with a future outfit, hopefully my next video. I really love that ThredUp is basically an online thrift store where you have so much more like searchability than you can have in a normal in-person store. And because it's a thrift store, you're still giving items, a second life, which just, it makes me happy. I can even get you an extra 30% off of your first order with ThredUp if you use my link down below and put in my code Morgan. And I hope you do, and go find some things that make your body happy. Time to go put these away and then get back to those characters. Starting off with, I think, let's go Angela first, who, if I could, I would just literally say that she's a unicorn. However, that's not like your typical playable option in D&D. However, you can totally do a fairy. Not just a fairy, but a fairy with a unicorn horn is totally an option. Now for class, I'm thinking rogue, in part because shoplifting and picking a sword, but also I think specifically the arcane trickster subclass, because I feel like if Angela could cast prestidigitation just all the time, there would be lights and sparkles and dancing like fun around her. Yeah, that feels like a good fit. I was also maybe thinking Tabaxi for Angela because she found a cat in her room, and because I also know that like in Oblivion she likes to play Khajiit. So now for Nami, I kind of was thinking druid maybe because fall vibes, but also that mysterious scroll is giving me some really good like warlock feelings. Like maybe that was her warlock contract that just appeared in Fantasyland. She did specifically mention that she's a hobbit, which isn't an option, however halfling totally is. I'm also thinking an entertainer background to take advantage of that high charisma, as well as that like wanting to inspire those around her. Now for Abby, I'm thinking a gnome bard. I feel like the bard part's pretty obvious, high charisma, out there to entertain, but specifically gnome because I think that she should have the mark of scribing, which is a gnome only thing, and it gives you powers towards communication and the written word particularly, which I feel like as a published co-author, and she's constantly working on new projects, all about that communication. I'm also picturing a folk hero background, specifically because of rustic hospitality. Abby's the kind of person who could find herself anywhere in the world, and she's definitely already got friends there that can help her out and give her a place to stay, and she's that kind of person. For Nicole, I'm also thinking gnome, but specifically a forest gnome, because she wants to hide in the trees and like shoot from afar. And I was gonna really try to stick with primarily the main like basic rules, player's handbook rules, but I had to go a little bit extra fun and think of artificer. With high intelligence, she could be a druid or a wizard or other things, but artificer, like all of these people, of course, are folks who love to make and create, but I feel like Nicole has a special proficiency that just makes her works extra fine and precise and fantastic. For Bernadette, yeah, she's a wizard. Like, there's no denying that. I'm thinking maybe a high elf wizard, maybe also with a hermit background, just to really drive home how much she really likes her chill alone time. Maybe with a divination school focus for the wizard, because she wanted to use her drone to like, see what cannot normally be seen. Lastly, for Noelle, I get big paladin vibes. Like, Noelle's the sort of person who will not only rush in to do what needs to get done, but she's also all about protecting her friends, and she will throw fists if she needs to. I'm thinking maybe with an Oath of the Dragon subclass. I feel like, that would fit her in the love of dragons. Or, hear me out, maybe she is literally a silver dragon in human form, doing what she wants on Earth, having fun. Noelle's kind of badass, so I feel like silver dragon fits. Maybe with a guild artisan background. If some big cool new thing is happening, Noelle is often the person who says, all right, let's start thinking logistics and putting it together. She's like a project manager type, which I feel like the guild merchant background fits well with. This was such a silly thing. I know this video wasn't exactly my usual kind of thing, but I feel like it scratched an itch in just the right way that it made me happy. I had a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of fun seeing my friends and getting to do like kind of an unusual little quiz with them. Yeah. Thank you for joining me on this fun little adventure, so to speak. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and you know what? Scratch your itches. If you've got something that sounds like it'd be fun to do, even if it's not your usual, go for it. Thanks again to ThredUp for sponsoring this video. Do go check them out and get that 30% off of your first box with the link down below and use my code Morgan. Yeah. And thank you guys for watching. Peace out.